I thought it would be useful to go straight to the horse's mouth on two of the most respected names in investing. And that would be other than my co-hosts, of course. And they would give us some real insight into the economy and Tesla in 2026. Let's start with Dan Ives in an interview with a South Korean channel called Global Money Talk.
Today we covered an incredible amount of ground with Dan Ives. And as we approach to the end of the year and looking forward to next year, do you have any special messages for the investors?
Look, it's 10:30 p.m. in this AI party. Party started at 9 p.m. It goes to 4 a.m. But as me and you've talked about, there's going to be glass on the dance floor, DJ stops playing music, cops come to the party. People are going to think parties, ending. Bears will watch the party through the windows from the outside. You're going to have a bull market in 2026 that continues with the AI revolution, trade spreading. These white knuckle movements, we'll have more of them, but they create the opportunities to own the winners. But you need strong hands, and you cannot get caught up in maybe some of the near-term bearish market narratives that will take hold from time to time.
Okay, Dan, thank you once again.
No, thanks for it's always so fun, being with you on 3 Pro. And
Obviously, Dan and I are completely aligned when it comes to the potential for AI going forward. In fact, so aligned that I wrote a book on the subject. And if you read the book, you'll find out that, yeah, I pretty much agree with everything that Dan just said and pretty much what he says all the time about AI in the future. But we still want to know what Dan Ives is talking about when it comes to Tesla. And you might have heard Dan Ives speaking from time to time about Tesla already, or maybe you haven't. But it's always good to hear from Dan. And I think his particular statement today was very succinct. So let's take a look at that.
In contrast, you still seem to love Tesla. What do you see that they are missing out? Like, are you confident that Tesla is still the best in class, or do you admit that other sectors might offer a better short-term returns?
look, short term, I mean, obviously we talk about hyperscalers and other tech players. But in terms of like Tesla, autonomous robotics, like that's it's gonna be the biggest chapter in its history from a growth perspective. So I think from like a physical AI perspective, Nvidia and Tesla, two best physical AI plays in the world. The reason I look at Tesla, I'm not saying quarter to quarter, maybe deliveries could slow, stock sells up. But when I look at robotaxi, and I look at the innovation that's happening there, like in my view, like Tesla base case 600, bull case $800 stock.
It's just the beginning, then.
It's just the
Haven't even
beginning.
started yet.
It's just the beginning, and I think you can't get caught up in sometimes the near term dynamics could skew you. I think it's like if I thought about over the next like 3 years and I could own one company, like to me, Tesla is the one that I own over the next 3 years.
Well, of course, Dan Ives is a super bull when it comes to Tesla. I really like his last statement. And he has been in that position for a very long time. I do have a small bone to pick with him with regard to his valuation. He has said both that Tesla will be worth 2 trillion by the end of 2026 and also calls for this bull case of $800 a share. Well, a $2 trillion market cap would be $900 in stock price. But who am I to correct Dan? Well, anyway, certainly that is a great statement from Dan with regard to Tesla. But let's get another opinion from Tom Lee. Now, he's among probably the most respected stock pickers on Wall Street right now. Like Dan, he's very, very savvy in the tech space. He's also a Tesla bull, but maybe a bit less on the crazy optimistic side. So let's listen to his statement on Tesla earlier in an interview with CNBC that he must have liked a lot because he posted it on his own YouTube channel.
I think Tesla has been on this research list since 2019, so we would never sell Tesla because Elon Musk There's so much future present value created from a lot of his ideas, whether it's going to be Optimus Prime or robotaxis or xAI. But in the near term, Tesla's had a huge move recently, so I think it is just a question of consolidating those gains.
So Tom is a holder right now at these valuations, but I'm guessing he would be a buyer again if there was a momentum move above 500, showing that the overall investor class right now with regard to Tesla was ready to go again. And I could be wrong about that. I'm just guessing. He might also be an investor again. He might be putting more money into it if the rollout of robotaxi was starting to go gangbusters. But once again, I'm just purely speculating. Love to know what you think about these two videos in the comments below. Yes, no, maybe with regard to what they're saying. We are always looking for these opportunities. We'll probably be sharing more videos with you in the future. Also, this is a great time. If you're thinking about it, you could hit the subscribe button. You get the like button too, that'd be great. It helps the channel and all that stuff. But you also might want to go back and check out part one of a comprehensive analysis that I produced this morning for the 2026, the beginning of the golden age. I lay it out as to all of the parts that are in place that are going to get us to crazy increases in the GDP in 2026. I'll put the card up for that right here. And then I need to let you know, if you are watching this on X right now, if you're on YouTube, you could change the channel or go do something else. But there's a lot of folks that prefer to watch this on X for one reason or another. And I want to let you know that this particular video next week, next Saturday, won't be free anymore on X. All my morning shows, the Monday through Friday, the After the Bell show, those 5 shows will continue to be free on X. But the other shows that I do every week, the other 16 shows that I do every single week, those are going to be behind the subscriber thing. I'm going to ask you to subscribe. I'm going to ask you to pay $5 in order to watch all of those videos. So 16 times 4, that's a lot. That's 56 or something. Plus there's an extra day or two some months. Anyway, it's a lot of videos for $5. So all the videos that include my co-hosts, all the videos that include that I do on the weekends that are kind of essay type videos, 100% of those will now be behind the subscription thing. Listen, I didn't want to do it, but if I'm honest with you, as much as I love Elon, he's not paying enough on X to keep me even just going to the trouble to put those up every day. So I need you to chip in if you want to see all the goodies. Now, you can always go back to YouTube again and watch every single show for free on YouTube because YouTube pays me pretty well for what I do over on YouTube. Not as much as I want, not as much as I'm worth, but pretty good. All right, that's all I got for you right now. It has been great, really great talking to you.